Hi, Laura.
Oops, sorry, I didn't realize I wasn't on the microphone. Um, I need to, I have my kids here and I actually need to take them to down for their dad. So I need to leave at 3, if that's all right. Well, I mean, that's
Oh,
an
no.
hour for me.
Yeah, no. That's fine. Whatever works for you. Actually, we have Sandy and Heather can't be here, so that's so everybody's listening to the recording this time. And Nancy's here. Hi, Nancy. So just Nancy and Dottie, maybe, eh? Haven't heard from Dottie, so hopefully she's here. But all good. How's it going, Laura?
Going
Going? Oh,
slowly, slowly feel like I'm getting back into life. I am getting a new drug tomorrow, starting my new chemo drug. But it shouldn't be as bad as what I was going through before. So, yeah, so I'm just,
yeah, you mentioned that you were hoping it was going to be a better go with it.
yeah. But the one that they're using, I actually have never had in my system before. So I got to see how I react to it. But I mean, it shouldn't be as bad as before when I was on 4 different types of chemo at once. And so
Yeah,
I should be, so I feel like I'm slowly getting back into everything.
good, good. Well, you certainly have such a positive mindset and strength to it. So
Yeah.
send in you light to keep you there.
And Nancy, I got a little bit of work done on our group project. So
Oh, I was wondering if you are in your new space.
no, I'm in my old one because right now, well, I'm still transitioning it, and our whole house is sort of like a little bit of an upheaval. I'm making a new studio. We're changing rooms around, Janice.
Nice.
And my son is still sleeping in the old one, and he's just now waking up, which is 2 o'clock here. But
And
Yeah,
they're back from
hard to do work.
they're
yeah.
back from their trip. Are they jet lagged or?
Oh no, they've been back for a little bit, but
Oh, okay.
yeah, no, they just came from yeah, they went out to California. We're in Chicago, and yeah, thanks for asking. Yeah, I was just so proud of them and just so happy them taking a trip together. I just thought that was so cool, and they had dinner here the other night, both of them, and they were already talking about some things they could might do together in the future. So
Nice. Oh,
my older son is like basically like, yeah, anywhere my girlfriend doesn't want to go, I'll take you.
you're my backup. That sounds great. Oh, well, welcome you guys. Hey Nancy, how are things going there?
Okay, okay.
Good,
Yeah.
good. Yeah, I'm in my kitchen. I just needed to change things up. So sorry if the lighting isn't real great. I just was like, you know what? Sometimes you just need a new and different space to be in. And
And I'm
that's the
gonna
way
shut my door.
it's been for this week for me. It's been just, I think because part of it is the moon energy, part of it is just the way things are moving so quickly this year, the angst of everything that's going on, with in California. And having had my head down into deep research and writing, basically I've written a book in the last 2 weeks for my new program. So
Wow.
I'm like, okay, I think I just need to, just change up the energy a little bit. So feels good. But yeah, this is the creative mystic, you guys. So this is even though we talk about energy every time we get together, this is the let's deep dive into feeling that energy again. Just another reminder of like, okay, what are we feeling? What's been coming up? What's growing? What's becoming a bigger awareness for you as far as your channeling? Is there anything that you're like, hey, I'm more sensitive I feel this more than I used to. Um, if anything pops into your mind, just, yeah, meh. Because I'll just share what's going on for me. Like we are moving into a time of heightened sensitivities. This is so fabulous that we're, doing this program together because truly more and more people are awakening to these different psychic abilities. And that's what the creative mystic is all about. It's about as you deepen in your soul journey and keep going, and your awarenesses come online more so than ever before, you also then, well, you get more creative and you also wake up to these psychic abilities. They start to come online even more. Now, I know you guys as a group are not new to this. This is not something super new. So it's not like you just started and all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, I'm getting these intuitive hits. It's probably just a nice gradual growth for you as you continue on your journey. But what I have noticed is for me, the channeling is getting clearer for sure. I just even today got kind of a download again about traveling because I was getting this information that was like travel to different places because it will awaken consciousness levels for you in different ways that maybe wouldn't come online normally. So when you go to these different sacred sites or even just different locations, you it awakens something within your cells, within your body, within your soul, and takes you to the next level. And so that, message that came through a couple weeks ago about go travel and enjoy. And I think too, it's a layered message of feel into the earth because it's the spirit of Mother Earth that we're feeling. And she's the one waking us up because we've walked on this earth before. And she's helping us remember and just becoming more and more aligned and synced up. Hi, Dottie, with Mother Earth and all that she can offer us too. So those are some of my awarenesses coming through. Anybody want to share? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go. I've, I've been having the same message, and maybe not. I think one of the things I was drawn to come here for was to deepen into my trust of those messages, right? And like I kept getting the hit to offer these programs, and I've followed through with offering them, and then it's up until the last minute, and then 3 people are there. So there's something with the number 3 because the last 2 has been 3 people, but this time it was a totally different demographic than what I'm used to working with. I'm used to working with my peers, right? Women who are give or take 10 or 15 years from where I am. And these were all really younger women. And I mean, they were like in early 30s, mid 30s. It was just a different group. And I didn't know until I got there who they were or what they were coming with. But what I found was that, I mean, we all know that these generations behind us are coming in more in tune, more enlightened. They don't have those same constraints that we had to face when we were starting to develop our skills. But they don't have validation for it. And so I really felt like I was stepping into my crone, like here's the wisdom, and I can do this. It was just, it just felt really, it felt great, it felt different. But the message that came through, when I led them into a meditation, it was, we told you so. It was kind of like, trust. You just have to lean back and trust. And so,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
anyway.
I love that you shared that, Nancy, because as you were talking, like my daughter, she's 34 and has since, like, she's always been, she's interested in what I do, but kind of standoffish. Um, but last September, everything shifted. And she is deep diving into everything from, psychic development. And I'm loving seeing this, but I'm like, something's coming online here with
Yes.
these young people. And I love that and that they reflected back to you that you do have that wisdom within you.
Mhm.
Like you said, the crone, but it's that wisdom, that
Mhm.
life wisdom that
Yeah. Yeah.
we, nothing replaces that.
It's interesting. My daughter also in September
Ah,
is started to go into the deep dive of, she had been trained in Reiki, but she hadn't been using it. She's rekindled that. She's going now for her master's, and she's just doing all of these things to open, and she's communicating with her deceased mom, which has just opened up so many doors for her to heal. And but yeah, it's interesting that they were both in September, so there's really something to that, what's
well,
coming.
and now that you're saying that, and sorry, you guys, if I'm butting in, it's like awareness is coming online here. It was back in July that I felt such a huge pull to Medicine Woman. And I created
Mm,
that program, Medicine Woman. But it also because I was just going backwards in the timeline, going, what happened in September, October? It's like, oh my gosh, my own personal experiences with Mother Earth, like flared up again, the herbs and the essential oils. And and this is very cool because I don't know about your experiences or you other ladies here, if you're seeing more awareness for the medicinal,
mhm,
natural,
mhm,
remedies and stuff like that coming up. Because I think that this year that's going to be bigger. Like it just feels like it's expanding like a balloon.
mhm.
Something is coming online. So, yes. Okay, pop in, you guys. If you have anything you want to share, just unmute and pop in.
I'll pop in and say that definitely hasn't happened. What's happened with your daughters, definitely not with my boys.
Well, my boys know. My boys know.
They think this is mom's kooky crazy stuff. But and then what else was I going to say? And then Nancy brought up stepping into her crone, and our assignment from the last time that we gathered was to kind of look at that end of life version of ourselves, that the wise woman that's done what we want to do. So I've been painting one of those versions of myself. So
Oh, perfect. Yeah, my boys, no, no. Mm-mm. Um, it's taking all I have to keep the men in my family from going down the conspiracy theories, survival, it's like, no, you guys, we need to remember to stay in your heart. Right? So there's that, what do you call that? That on the spectrum, right? The full, you know, oh gosh, yeah. So
well, as far as men, now my husband is very spiritual and open, but
that's nice. Well, I'm looking forward to that opening up this year for more. more
So,
men and more people. I really do think that it is coming. And gosh, with the changes coming for this year, like with the fast paced movement of energy, and, when you look at what's going on in California, we're feeling that. We feel that um, angst. There's a lot of people that are angry. There's a lot of people that are scared. And that is heightening for us. And that message came through earlier this week, is that it is going to continue to heighten for us. So our ability to stay in our center we're really going to be kind of tested, like over and over and over. And so just keep reminding yourself that as we become more aware of oneness, that also means we're feeling all the feels for everyone. So we got to keep standing strong in that light, be that pillar of light, be uh that oak tree. I always see it as an oak tree that stands strong no matter what's going on around you. So yeah, I I do feel a lot, and a lot is coming. So, but this this particular module usually falls in one of the dark months, so December or January. And I brought it in because it is a really big part of our potential for consciousness growth, that we can I don't know if you've ever heard of dream yoga or lucid dreaming. Have you guys had experiences with lucid dreaming? Anybody? Are you familiar what it is, and have you had it?
I'm familiar with it. I don't think I've had it that I can remember.
Okay.
yeah, I don't know what it is. Maybe I've had it, but I just don't
Yeah.
know,
Okay.
what it's called.
Um, have you ever had dreams of flying, that you're flying? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, all the time. Yeah. Okay. Do you realize in the dream that you're dreaming when you're flying? Oh, I'm dreaming so I can fly? Or so lucid dreaming is when you actually wake up in your dream. When you actually go, "Oh, this is a dream, so I can do whatever I want." And you start to control the dream. What happens in a lucid dream, and my experiences are minimal compared to some of the people out there, but I have had many spontaneous lucid dreams where all of a sudden I realize I'm dreaming and I can see everything as clear as day. Like as clear, I can look at any detail, see anything, look at I see patterns and colors and clarity. So it's not like if I see somebody there, I see their face clearly. It's not just like in a dream, it was like, oh, somebody was there and it was so and so, but I couldn't see them clearly. In a lucid dream, you're fully aware that you're dreaming and you are in another dimension. So you are very awake and alert. Now, the hardest part of a lucid dream is holding the dream. Some of the tricks of lucid dreaming are, from what I learned in my experiences in lucid dreaming, is if I feel myself pulling out of the dream, if I focus in on something really intently, like I've had like my face in a dandelion at one point on one of my dreams, or I go, okay, no, 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 I have to hold this, so let me just focus in on this one detail just for a minute so that I can hold the energy, and then okay, now I can keep going for a bit longer. But sometimes you get pulled out so quickly that you don't get the chance to do that. Lucid dreaming, whenever I've woke up, it is such a high. Like you just feel exhilaration when you come out of it. And so in my research, the first book I ever got on lucid dreaming or learned about lucid dreaming was from Carlos Castaneda in his book, The Art of Dreaming. And it's funny because once you start reading books about it, you start having more lucid dreams. Then I got this book called Lucid Dreaming: Gateway to the Inner Self by Robert Wagner. And quite honestly, I'm not sure if I finished the whole book. Well, I got a bookmark here near the end. But I found that as I was reading this, it stimulated lucid dreams for me, which is really cool. And then I learned about dream yoga with Andrew Holochek. These are in the booklets I put in there, some books. So lucid, it says illuminating your life through lucid dreaming and the Tibetan yogas of sleep. So as I said, my education or whatever in this is minimal. It's just kind of like, this is something you might want to explore. The more you focus every time I read one of these books, I do have a spontaneous lucid dream. I am not one that can actually call myself into a lucid dream yet, but there are people that can do that. Andrew Holochek is one. He goes around and teaches for many years. He's been an avid lucid dreamer, and he can lucid dream every night. Now, the thing is when you lucid dream, you can start to control the dream. So I always start flying and doing like, flying through the air or jumping or flipping or whatever is one thing. The other thing is you can also control, what's happening in the story. You can also tell when you're interacting with a conscious being and when it's just something your mind has created, because what I've noticed is I will be talking to somebody and I remember one time thinking, are you real? Are you real? And when I turned my attention away, it's like the image froze. So it's like, no, you're not real. You're part of my mind because you're only interacting me when I look at you. But if I look away, you freeze like a still image. Now, you can call in guides of higher consciousness to work with you in a lucid dream. I have a hard time remembering to do that when I'm in a lucid dream, so it takes practice. But what Andrew Holochek is saying in dream yoga and what the channeled message that I had came through was that you can use your dream time for learning and growing too, like a 360-degree learning experience in your life, not just in your waking hours, but in your sleep too. And so it's definitely, something to think about. Think about, well, is this something I want to try? And do some research on. But we have so many different kinds of dreams. We have regular dreams where our brain is just processing stuff that we're working through. We've got dreams where messages come through, recurring nightmares from a fear pattern. I know that I've had recurring nightmares of tornadoes and bears, and understanding now why. Like when I dream of the bears, they're also oftentimes precognitive dreams of something coming within my family. And it's the mother bear coming to step in with me. And so I've learned in my dreams to not be afraid of her, to actually and that's been a gradual process over the last, I'd say, 2 years, where I'm more and more stepping into like, okay, it's okay. This bear isn't going to hurt me, and allowing that bear into my dream and interacting with it. And they've become more docile than aggressive before. But dreams of past lives, and okay, so I just want to stop here and find out from you guys, what's your experiences with dreams? Have you had precognitive dreams, and how do they appear for you?
My dreams of flying have always been in desperation to escape something.
And then you can fly to get
Mm-hmm.
away.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
that's
it's
awesome.
and it's almost like a swimming action. You know, I feel like I'm just like through the air and flying through the air. But I do have a recurring dream. I bet, I don't know, a couple times a month of a place that I used to have my business at. And I haven't gone back there, maybe once since I left. But someone new has taken over, and she's actually living in the house where my business was. And I just have these recurring dreams of what that house looks like now that she lives there. It's just I don't know why.
Huh.
Um, I never felt really supported by her when I was there. And so I think that is a piece of it that I'm trying to resolve. I don't really feel like I need her, you know what
Yeah,
I mean? But there obviously is a piece of me that is desiring some closure with that or something. I don't know.
I
Anyway.
agree. I agree with that, Nancy. I think when we dream of places, like I often dream of past houses that I've been in.
Yeah, that too.
I think it is a soul retrieval thing. I think there's a part of your
Mm.
energy that is still there that you need to claim back. So maybe think about that.
That would make total sense because it was an old rectory. It was like a parsonage home attached to a church. And I was up on the second floor and had my practice up there. And because the energy had shifted so drastically, I left. But when I was there for those years, almost 10 years, I really loved the space that I was in. It was just all the other stuff, the business stuff, that wasn't working for me.
Right.
But yeah, so there might be just a piece that I need to call back. That's really a good insight. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, try that in meditation and see what's there. Is it, yeah. Because I've often found that there's been trauma in some of the places that I've lived, and that's where I left some of my soul. Yeah. Anybody else?
As far as the things that you're talking about, the only things that I mean, because I have a lot of working through things types of dreams, and I get a lot of symbols that are like, I wake up and I'm like, where did that come from? And look up what the symbol means and like that kind of stuff. But as far as the kind of things that you're talking about, um, the only thing that comes right to mind is the times when you're entering the state of waking up, but but I know that I'm dreaming and I want to continue the dreaming, and so then like I try desperately to stay asleep and stay in the dream, but then eventually wake up. So that's as close as sorry. That's as close as I can think of to what you're talking about, like where I know I'm in it and it's like, no, I want to stay in it. I want to continue this, you know.
Yeah.
But then I usually can only do that for so long and then I wake up.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's a really intuitive time too. Like when you're just coming up or just
Yeah.
going down, right? Those before you get to sleep and as you're waking up, very strong, intuitive.
Yeah.
Yeah, get a lot of um one thing, okay, no worries. No worries, Dottie. One thing that you could try too as you're going to sleep, because I work with my third eye a lot of times as I'm going to sleep, I just start to see pictures in my mind. It's like I'm watching a movie. It's like and I didn't realize for the longest time this was happening. It was like, oh, that's my third eye, like opening up. So as you're drifting off to sleep, allow whatever pictures come through. And oftentimes it's pictures of nature, but it's crystal clear like you're watching a movie. For me, anyways, it's nature. Like I'll be all of a sudden I'll see as if I'm walking on a path, or I'll see water rippling over rocks or something, just really super clear. So maybe become more alert to that if you see that. Also, your dreams are symbolic, which we know, and you can find your own language in your dreams because they'll be personally symbolic for you. So, when it's the same as, when snake shows up for you in your life, it could mean transformation. Well, when you're dreaming of snakes, you know, what's the language for you? So work on that. It took me years to understand bear, but I did have very, very precognitive dreams when my mom was dying of cancer, um, with bear and moose. I had several very strong dreams of a bear and a moose fighting and being kind of in the scene and trying to get away. And moose is very much mother and nurturing. And same with bear, right? Bear is a mother bear nurturing. But bear for me started to really represent health issues around me. So, and then when I, like, I had these super strong dreams. She was in the hospital. She went into the hospital in September. It was, I think, September 20th, and with a collapsed lung. And I started having these dreams, and over the next week, and then they, each day it kept getting worse and worse. And oh no, she has a tumor in her lung. Oh, she's got a big hole in her lung. Like, it's just kept getting worse and worse and worse. But these dreams kept getting stronger and stronger. And I was in Alberta, she was in Ontario, which is 3,000 miles away. So, and I finally decided, no, I need to just go because this is not looking good. So I booked a flight to go. And as I was driving down the highway to get to the airport, there was a, a mother moose, like, had been hit by a car and it was dead. And there was a baby moose standing in the median, and the Fish and Wildlife officers were there and everything to take care of it. But it was just like I knew she was dying. Like, I just knew in that moment. And I just started like bawling as I'm driving. But it's like, oh, these symbolic images come to us through dreams and through daily life, and can bring messages. But also, Bear showed up chasing my son in a dream, and the next day he fell and broke his arm. Like, things like that continuously happen with Bear. It's like, so whenever Bear showed up, and I'd be like running the other way and trying to get the kids in the vehicle or into a house or whatever, until I got to the point where I realized, oh my gosh, this is Mother Bear. She's racing towards us to help, not to hurt. And so that shifted my dreams for me. Um, so finding the language for you. Oh, Dottie's going to share. I dream in Technicolor most of the time. Of course you do. I need my glasses. Sorry. Um, I work out questions and decisions in my dreams. I have had a few lucid dreams and I love being able to direct them. Yeah, it's such an exhilarating feeling. I have also had some astral travel, and those have been more dramatic. Oh, wish you could share those. Those were my next part was the astral travel and out of body experiences for anybody. I have read that when you feel like you're falling, like if you're ever drifting off to sleep and dream you often dream I'm slipping on the ice or something. It's like it's coming back into your body as it was drifting up, but I don't know if that's true or not. Um, the best time for The astral traveling and out of body experiences, I don't know if anyone else has had those experiences.
Um, I don't know what it was called, but I think that I was somewhere out in space. I would say it was astral travel when I was at a breathwork slash sound healing um,
Ooh, that
last November. It was so powerful. And you know, when you feel like you're weightless and you're just in another realm, I mean, I was totally in another realm, and but felt supported, felt that a lot of guidance came through, a lot of colors, and I was holding. That's when my chalice came through as the symbol. I was holding, and it just, I asked, what am I holding? And I was shown a chalice. But it's a different experience to be out, you know, to be in that space of just floating. And it's interesting because I was not afraid, I was enjoying it, but then I came back and I was like, oh no, I don't want this to be over. You know, I don't want to. But it was time. It was just coming to a completion of some
yeah.
kind. So
Oh, that is powerful when those things happen.
yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you for sharing. That's because it can happen in deep meditation too. Like you don't have to be asleep, right? It could be, and sound baths and breath work will take you there. Definitely. The astral travel has been a little scary. Okay, when I return from the astral travel, I land hard, physically slammed into my bed. Yeah. One thing that I was told by my shamanic teacher is always take with you your guide. So if you can think to do that during the dreaming, call in your spirit animal or an astral travel guide to be with you, and that might help. But yeah, I know my cousin had the astral travel where she came out of her body and then was looking from the outside of her house, looking in the window and saw herself in bed. And so, but that was a spontaneous thing too. Um, yeah, happened without warning. Yeah, that's the thing, right? But the more we awaken and open to, okay, I'm open to allowing my dream time to be a time where I can continue to work on my consciousness and, maybe go to sleep with specific questions that you want answered. That is maybe helpful. Cats, cats love sleep. So cool. But I get it. Like I said, every time I lucid dream, I forget to ask. I go off and do different things. One time, I think you can astral travel in lucid dreams too, because one time I did realize I was lucid dreaming and I got up in the bedroom and then I decided, oh, I'm gonna go visit my friend in this next town, go see Trish, because Trish would get this. And I saw her somewhere putting dishes away, like cleaning up tables and putting dishes away. And then when I connected with her a couple days later, I told her, and she's like, "Oh, I was actually at a big dinner and I was helping clean up." So I'm like, "No, that's cool." So we can astral travel, we can visit each other, we could even gather together. But this also opens up that whole telepathy part of thing too, right? Where we could connect with each other if we so choose to just like gather, and like same as if we were gathering in a circle. We could gather in a circle and intentionally gather in a beautiful space. That would be fun. we intentionally through this next month go, let's see if we can gather, in a beautiful, like I used to do meditations in a teepee, like we're going to gather in the teepee. So see if we could gather in this beautiful teepee with a fire in the middle and see what comes with that. So I'll hold that thought to be there if you guys want to experiment with that at all. I think that would be beautiful. So before we actually, I just got the hit, before we actually say goodbye, let me take you through a little meditation of that if you're up to it. And I understand if you have to go, that's okay. But I'll take you through this guided meditation of the space that we will go and connect. And then let's experiment and play through the next month together. Okay. So I am going to, oops, I almost hit close. I'm going to share screen for the meditation. That sound okay? Okay. All right. Let's settle in and take some nice long deep breaths. Closing your eyes. Breathing in through your nose and letting go through your mouth. Beginning to bring your awareness into your heart space. Letting go of all of the outside distractions. Shifting inward. You see yourself sitting in a quiet space with the earth beneath you. Sitting and breathing, looking up at the stars, feeling the spaciousness as you just breathe, and feeling this blanket of calmness come over you. Soothing and very serene. Everything settling out. Bringing with it a deep relaxation for you. And just take a minute here to check in with your body. Feel how relaxed it feels. In this moment, there is nothing to worry about. And you can feel this calmness rippling out from you, from the very center of your being, rippling out all around you, creating a beautiful sphere of light filled with peace and calm. Bringing your awareness into your heart again. Feel your connection, that beautiful cord of light that crystalline cord that connects from your heart down, deep down into the heart of Mother Earth. Feel yourself connect with her and feel her strength and her stability and her love seeping up into your body. Feel yourself awaken and open to the beautiful cosmic light of all that is above you. Through that beautiful channel of light from your heart up into the universe. Bringing every cell online, awakened in light within you and in your energy field all around you, lighting up. And just imagine yourself sitting here in this beautiful space with all of the universe all around you, up above, beautiful colors, cosmic light. And as you look ahead of you, there's a pathway under the stars. And you're going to take that path and you're going to follow it as it moves you down the path towards a light in the distance. And this light illuminates in the form of a teepee, the light from within radiating out. And as you come up to this teepee, there's a beautiful gatekeeper that will cleanse you with incense or sage. And as you're cleansed, you enter into the teepee. And as soon as you enter, there's a beautiful fire there. You can smell incense, perhaps oils. There's fur rugs all around. And I am there. And you enter in to find the perfect spot for you. Settle into this spot. And we all come in there together. Just find yourself getting comfortable. Perhaps you have your own sacred objects there. And we can look around and smile at each other and know that this is a beautiful healing space, a sacred space. The grandmothers are here circling up with us. You can feel their presence. You can feel your own guides and angels there too. Your spirit team. is there with you. And that you can come in here for healing, to come back into your own power and strength, to know that you can trust all of us. To receive your own guidance, and that we will hold this space for us. So it's a beautiful blessing to be here with all of you, and know that you can come and go, that our energy is here, our love is here, our support is here, whether we are physically or not. And that this space holds so much energy for you and for us. So come in with reverence when you come into this space, and gratitude for all the support that is here. Mm. Just take a minute here to feel it in your way. And there's a message here to remember to come in, and that you can let go of any hard edges, any feelings of not being worthy enough to be here, any feelings of not, any feelings of competition, any feelings of not belonging, like that will all dissolve here. It will dissolve as you step into your own creative imagination. This is your divine access, your creative imagination. This is why, when you are in creative activity, you feel so good. You open up channel direct communication to these higher realms, these higher wisdoms, this divine channel. So if you are ever feeling in your life that you need to protect yourself, that you feel inadequate or unworthy, this is where you come to help dissolve that, help you come back into your creative imagination. Let go. Let go of the divisive feelings, and come back into the oneness, knowing that we all are stronger together. Not just you humans on the planet, but all of us in the light. When we gather, it is our light that gathers and illuminates more light around the world. You come in with a clear heart, an intention to be back in that place of feeling love, of feeling good, of feeling hope and faith, you will receive it here. And we leave that with you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So as we bring this to a close, we're going to stand up in that circle with gratitude for each other that we have found each other in this lifetime. And as you leave the teepee, you leave with a lightness, a rejuvenation, going back to where you began. Feeling yourself in your space, sitting in your chair, feeling your body, wiggling fingers and toes, stretching. And when you're ready, come back and open your eyes. Hello, welcome back. Oh, thank you for being with me. And oh my gosh, that is a beautiful, powerful space for us. So I'm glad we did that.
That
All
was
right.
beautiful.
Oh, thank y'all, Spirit, for bringing it through. I just
Mm.
feel so connected there. So have a beautiful couple days till I see you on Friday. But the first few minutes when you wake up and the last few minutes before you go to bed are very important. Oh, the last thing I was going to say is a dream journal. I have a dream journal beside my bed. I write in it every night before I go to sleep, just
Mm.
asking for what
Mm.
it is that I want. Like bring it's often and I say it in like that I've already received it. Thank you. Thank you for bringing in the new light codes that will help me move to my next level, that will help me create this or that, or, so always begin with thank you, but you can ask for what you want to receive during the night. And it's consistency. So, all right. I know you guys have to go. I'll let you go. I love you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
All right.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.